Solis is a passionate digital marketer and mompreneur. She started online content writing in 2009. She was formerly the editor-in-chief of the Central Echo, Central Philippine University's official publication. She is also a former OWA Labor Communications Officer and part-time university teacher on public relations and developmental communication. Now, she is the CEO and co-founder of Launcher.com, a digital marketing agency dedicated to content marketing, guest post outreach, and SaaS SEO service. So let's welcome Shelly Solis. Let's have a virtual clap of hands.
Yay! Hello. Hi, everyone. Thank you for the introduction, Shell. And I also want to take this time to thank the Indigitous and Techlesia team for the opportunity to share something that can help both Christians and non-Christians alike tonight. I hope that while we are listening somewhere in our homes or offices right now, this webinar could be a blessing for you. And I declare and pray that by the end of this webinar, doors will be opened for you in the areas of your personal development, in your employment, and in the ministry that God is calling you to be involved with right now. So it is not an accident that you're here tonight, and we are very thankful that you are still here, all 33 of us. So yay us. So far we have listened to Yen talk about digital marketing, and to Rochelle about social media marketing. Yay! So the last topic that we will tackle tonight is content marketing. Now, content marketing is one of those words that you often hear, but you can't quite grasp. So this discussion is especially tailored for people who are familiar with the term, but are not really sure about how it works, or for people who do not have an idea at all what it is. So call it a 30-minute introductory course on content marketing. So by the end of the discussion, next please. So by the end of the discussion, you will learn the following: what content marketing is, the problem with content marketing, types of content that you can use in every step of the buyer's journey, and reasons why you should do consistent content marketing, and lastly, tips and best practices in making a content marketing strategy. So I recommend that you stay until we get to this section, because I'd reveal to you the tools that I use in my craft. So but before we get into the topic, let me first tell you a story. So next, please. All right, next, please. Okay, so I'm a first-time mother, and when I got pregnant as a first-time mother, I worried about everything. So that's my daughter right there. Plus there was COVID-19 too, and my husband was not with me when I got pregnant, because he's a seafarer. So I wouldn't blame myself at all if I got even more anxious than normal. So since I did not have any experience about being a mother before, I did the most millennial thing to do. I searched on YouTube. So next. I initially searched for what to bring to the hospital for delivery. No, that's not for deliver, huh? For delivery Philippines, because I thought I don't want to see I want to see how Pinays do this, okay? So when I did, next please. So when I did, I was given a list of relevant videos by YouTube. So I clicked the title that I think is what I'm looking for. So I actually clicked the first video before. And in my case, I viewed this channel called Kara and Alan. And before I knew it, I was viewing their videos, from her labor and childbirth video to her shopping for baby things video. So next, please. So there was one video. Okay, next, please. There's one video where she recommended what to bring in your baby's hospital bag, and I followed what she said, from the number of clothes I needed to prepare to labeling everything in the Ziploc bags. Since I trusted Kara, I bought most of the things she recommended, and sometimes I didn't even check the price of similar products that I bought. So I bought them because I trusted her recommendation. So finally, I finished preparing my baby items. So that's my baby bag. So to cut the long story short, I actually ended up not using most of them because of the new COVID-19 protocol. But the bottom line is I got from being a would-be mom without any idea what to do to a would-be mom with a suitcase full of baby things. And it all started with just one search. So next, please. So that, my friends, is the power of content marketing. So next, please. So now that you got a glimpse of the possible impact of content marketing in our life, we'll proceed on discussing the term itself. So what is content marketing? So I researched several definitions of content marketing online, but I will be sharing only two definitions which I think resonate what it means in a more understandable way. So the first definition is from Content Marketing Institute, an authority organization on anything and everything content marketing. So their definition reads, content marketing is a strategic marketing approach focused on creating and distributing valuable, relevant, and consistent content to attract and retain a clearly defined audience and ultimately to drive profitable customer action. So the next one is from Neil Patel. Neil is a marketer and the founder of the tool Uber Suggest, developer of the tool Uber Suggest, which I will discuss later on. So his definition reads, content marketing is a long-term strategy that focuses on building strong relationship with your target audience by giving them high-quality content that is very relevant to them on a consistent basis. So let's look further into these definitions so we can better understand what content marketing is. So first, that it is a strategy. It's a strategy, so meaning you plan it before you do it. So it's different from what you usually do in your personal social media accounts. You post something because you want to express something. Most of the time, you don't even think too much about the effect of your post. So, but when you are doing content marketing, each post has a purpose and each message connects to another message until you reach your desired goals. So if this is the case, you have to have a game plan before you even register for an account on social media or on any other platform. So content marketing is a strategy. So next, please. It's a strategy to convey consistent and relevant content. So what is content? Content is the way that people get to know your business in a non-invasive way. So what is the story that you're trying to tell? In traditional advertising, the product is the highlight of the show. But in content marketing, the emphasis is on the message rather than the product. It's like when you're sharing the gospel. You are not promoting your church. You are promoting Jesus and his message of salvation. So in content marketing, the message is important. But how you package and promote it is also essential to help send the message across. So when you share your content, you must share it consistently. And the message must be relevant to the audience too. Otherwise, it will not be helpful to anybody. It's just like tossing your pearls to swine. Okay? And speaking of audience, next please. An important part of content marketing is also to build a relationship with a specific audience. So if you know your audience, you can create content according to what can appeal to them the most. And you can start with storytelling around the concepts that your customer value the most. Good storytelling can feel challenging, especially if you're a marketer or a business owner who comes from a sales background. Because with content marketing, you absolutely cannot and should not sell. Rather than pitching your services upfront, focus on driving awareness about your brand. Think about moving prospects from through the conversion funnel, which we will discuss later on. Sales will happen as a natural byproduct of this relationship that you're building with customers and prospects. For example, since Kara recommended that I buy this specific product as part of the hospital bag, then I bought this product because I trusted the content that Kara shared. So the company was not involved with that. It was purely a recommendation by someone who also trusts their brand. So which brings us to the last element of content marketing. Next, please. So the end goal is to drive customer action. If you're a business, the end result of your content marketing campaign is to get them to subscribe to your monthly plans or to purchase your product or schedule a discovery call if you are offering a service. So when you share your story, you cause people to do something. It's the same thing if you are, for example, um, promoting part of your church activity. You do it by compelling people to make that action. So I will later discuss or share to you the actionable tips that you can do uh to also apply it to your own ministry. So when you share your story, next please, you cause people to do something. In the simplest terms, content marketing is sharing stories to move people. Sharing stories to move people. So now that you have a better understanding of content marketing, let's talk about some things that can discourage us in applying it on our business or ministry. So here are the problems with content marketing. Number one, content marketing takes a long time to work. So exactly how long does it take for content marketing to work? This actually depends on the size and target scope of your business. But if I were to have a benchmark, it generally takes 6 to 9 months in order for you to see results. Sometimes it could take years. So a thoroughly implemented content marketing plan, once your system is already set, could get you flowing leads without paying anything. And that's just through word of mouth and referrals from other people. So another problem that you can encounter, especially if you are a freelance content marketer, is that sometimes you have to promote something that you are not comfortable with. So have you ever seen so there are two things actually in this part. It's either you promote something that's not really what it is, or you promote something that you are not comfortable with. So have you ever seen a visual ad of a sumptuous burger? And when you actually ordered it, it's not as plump and juicy as advertised. So well, this can also happen in if you do content marketing. So you appeal to the emotions of your audience in order to get them to do something. Sometimes you promote it like they need it, but actually they can do without it. The same thing applies when you are building yourself as your own brand. You might end up overselling yourself just because you want to get leads or clients. Fake it till you make it, they say. It might be a good thing for some, but for Christians, it's already like deceiving people just to sell. So I also remember a time when I had to promote a product I'm uncomfortable with. So before I had to do link building for a site that sells sex toys. It was a bit uncomfortable for me since I had to go to websites that I do not want to go to. So yes, when you do content marketing, sometimes you can encounter these problems. But these problems are nothing when compared to the immense benefits your company or ministry can have in the long run. So next, please, here are the 5 reasons why you should do content marketing for your business or ministry. There are the benefits of consistent high quality content. So the first one is content is at the heart of every digital marketing strategy. So the content that you create can be used for your blog, for your email marketing, for your social media, and pay-per-click ads. With a solid content marketing strategy in place, each channel uses the marketing tactics you deem best to achieve your marketing goals and sales revenue targets. So your business creates engaging high quality content that is then built into and supports each of your digital marketing campaigns. For example, let's say that if you want to run a PPC or pay-per-click campaign to draw more traffic to your site. So you develop the content for your pay-per-click ad. And then once the visitors arrive at your website, you need another content that will keep them in your website and that will have them return to your website again and again. So that's how important content is. It's in the heart of every digital marketing agent strategy. So next, please. Another benefit is that it helps you build your brand. So according to statistics, 60% of consumers enjoy reading relevant content from brands, and 82% of them feel more positive about the company after reading custom content, while 70% of consumers feel closer to a company as a result of content marketing. So creating and distributing content will eventually build your brand identity. Brand identity is the visible elements of a brand, like, for example, the color, the design, the logo, that identity that distinguishes the brand in its consumer's mind. So when you think of, for example, when you think of soda, what do you usually remember? Most probably Coca-Cola. And when you think of toothpaste, what do you usually have in mind? Most probably Colgate. So this brand recall is so effective in Filipino culture that sometimes when we buy toothpaste in our local Changi, we say, "Pabili po ng Colgate, yan close up." So that's a popular joke in our time. So brand awareness is more than people simply recognizing their business name or logo. The true brand awareness is telling your audience to get to know the personality behind your brand and what makes you different from your other competitors. And you can do this through content marketing. Right now, consumers are keen on distinguishing those with authentic values and those who are faking it. And trust me, they know. So take time to build your brand. And once you establish your own brand identity, that is when you start getting trusted by consumers. And when you are trusted by users or consumers, you effectively eliminate competition because people will turn to your brand even if there are cheaper alternatives because you have their trust. So, for example, if there is a cheaper kind of soda, you still buy Coke even if it's more expensive because that's Coke. Okay, so developing a strong presence is one of the best ways to build brand trust, and content marketing can be a driving factor. So how do you build trust through content marketing? One way of doing this is by producing content that truly helps them, that is valuable to them. For example, you answer a question or offer them clear, honest, upfront information about something that they ask about, or if uh, you do not want, the most important thing that you have to understand is that you do not want to over advertise yourself or your product or your service. So number 3, today's buyers are hungry for content. Give it to them. Give it to them. So as a business, you win when you respond to to what the market is saying it wants. It wants great custom content that answers their questions about your product or service. So we have the statistics here. 20% of internet users' online time is spent on content. And 57% read content marketing titles at least once a month. And 68% of people are reading about brands that interest them. And 80% of those people appreciate learning about the business through custom content. Sorry, excuse me. So your consumers want valuable information to help them at each stage of their buying cycle. So today, there are so many opportunities to create content through blogging, YouTube, or over social media to educate and entertain consumers and showing them what your business is all about. So go ahead and get going, show your personality and why your business is great. It's a great place to do business. Or if you are doing this for your church or for your ministry, go ahead and tell people, tell the world why your church is a great place to find Jesus. So number 4, it boosts SEO efforts or search engine optimization efforts. So search engines are like Google. Search engines like Google, there are other search engines, Yahoo, Bing, etc. Search engines like Google perform crawls or scans each website's content in order to determine what users they will bring to your website. So strong content will generate more website traffic because the search engines have a clear idea on the purpose of your business. So optimizing your web pages to better perform with search engine ranking is called search engine optimization. So Yen mentioned this earlier shortly. So SEO is a more technical reason to create great content, but this is a really technical topic that deserves another session. But I would like to highlight that if you are doing content, it is really helpful if you are doing SEO also. It is how search engines use your content to connect to your next customer. So number 5, why you need to do content marketing right now. It's cheaper. It costs 62% less than traditional marketing, and per dollar spent, content marketing generates approximately 3 times as many leads as traditional marketing. So content marketing is affordable. So this is a study by Demand Metric. It's revealed that content marketing costs about 62% less than traditional marketing tactics. And it generated about 3 times as many leads as traditional marketing. So content marketing is not only great for lead generation, but also it's affordable. So now that we have discussed why you should use content marketing for your business or for your ministry, we'll move on to the types of content that you can use in every step of the buyer's journey. So next, please. So here are the different steps of the buyer's journey. We'll discuss it in passing lang. So there is the top of the level funnel. It's shaped like a funnel, if you can see. The middle of the level funnel and the bottom of the level funnel. So the top of the level funnel is the awareness stage. You can use content like blog posts, email newsletters, checklists, ebooks, introductory ebooks, and etc. to attract people at this stage. And if you are in the middle of the sales funnel, you can use customer testimonials, advanced ebooks, free samples, demo videos, so to get customers in this stage. And if you are in the last stage of the funnel, which is where customers want to purchase something, you can offer free consultations, pricing pages, live demos, free trials, or coupons, just to get them to sign up to your service or to sign up to your subscription plans. So next, please. Now that you know what content to use on each of the buyer's phase, let's learn the best practices or the tips to create a content marketing strategy. So the first tip is knowing your brand story. So a brand story conveys the history, purpose, and values of your business or your church, for example, in a narrative that resonates with consumers and makes audiences feel emotionally connected. If people are eventually telling your story for you, then you know that your brand story is effective, meaningful, and powerful. So you know that you have successfully promoted your brand story if other people are already telling it to you. Okay. So second, research your audience. That's another pro tip. Research your audience. Next, please. So Nian discussed earlier about what to research, like age, etc. So right now, I'm gonna show you where you could find those demographics in different social media platforms. So in YouTube, you can go, if you are a creator in YouTube, you can go to YouTube Studios and see the following demographics. You'll see here that in this example na channel, its main viewers are male. Sorry parang ang blurred, parang hindi ko din makita. Hindi, sa ano lang yan, sa quality ng picture. So you can see that its main viewers in making your audience persona or your buyer's persona or your viewers persona, you could check these analytics or demographics. So in this channel, you can see that its main viewer is male between 35 to 44 years old. And he's from United States. So using that information, you could create content specifically tailored to that type of person or type of customer. So that's with YouTube. Next, please. In Facebook, we have Facebook Insights. So in Facebook Insights, this is when you are maintaining a page, okay? So you could go to Insights and then you could click People Engage and you could see that kung ano yung demographics ng main follower ng Facebook mo. So in this sample, we have the customer persona is a woman who is between 35 to 44 years old, and she's from United States of America. So you have to tailor your content to fit that specific customer persona. So next, please. How about in Instagram? So in Instagram, you have also the Instagram analytics. You can have a follower breakdown here sa Instagram. So if you could see the follower sa example na to, yung follower niya is someone who's between 25 to 34 years old. Anyways, from London. So you could study the culture in London among 25 to 34 years old people para maka-create ka ng content that could capture your ideal customer. So that's it with the our tip, researching your audience. Next, please. Next, do your keyword research. So it's something that I do, especially if this is in relation to search engine optimization or SEO. So we use, next please, we use this tool called Uber Suggest. It's a free tool, although you can get more features if you enroll to the paid version. But it's a free tool. You can try it anytime. So Uber Suggest is a tool developed by Neil Patel, as I mentioned earlier. Next, please. So if you, that was the homepage. For example, it's asking you for a website URL. So for example, if I place there Indigitous, so I place indigitous.org, so that Uber Suggest can check it. So indigitous.org has 685 organic keywords, 255 monthly traffic, and it has good domain authority, and has great backlinks. But what I want you to check here in this tool is, if you get to this part of the tool, you can check, you can click the keywords right here sa left side. If you can see the screen, keywords. Next, please. So if you click keywords, we would have other options, and you could get the detailed overview of each keyword na you could search. For example, I search Jesus. So I actually, hala, mali pala ako. It's in the Philippines. So kanina sa trivia, I said it's in United States, but in the Philippines pala. So if you check the keyword or the word Jesus, this is results from Google. You check the keyword research, and the location is set in the Philippines. You can see that around 100, there are 110,000 search volumes per month for the keyword Jesus. So if, for example, if you are a church and you know digital marketing and you know SEO, so that's 110,000 people a month looking for Jesus. That's a lot. So if you create a website that caters to those people, you are basically spreading or introducing Jesus to around 110,000 people. So that's amazing, actually, if you think about it. So next, please. So here are other related terms. This tool also suggests other related terms besides, for example, Jesus, and it ranks according to volume. So Jesus is 110,000 search per month. The next is Jesus Christ, and there's also here Jesus at the center lyrics. So people in the Philippines are really keen at looking up lyrics of songs in the internet, because we like video, okay? We like to make sa ulo the lyrics of songs. So next, please. Ay, may next pa ata. Okay, so next. So how you can use those keywords, especially in relation to SEO. You can use these keywords and put it in your articles, so that it will be relevant to the search engine crawlers that will scan your website. So I would like to it's nice, Hannah, to discuss it more, but we are pressed with time, so I have to move on next. So another tip, number 4, do some content ideations. This is what I usually do if I think of topics. So Rochelle shared her method kanina, and this is what I do. I usually use the following tools. Next, please. First is Google Trends. I love Google Trends because of course it's from Google and I use this a lot. So this is the homepage of Google Trends. You just put the keywords that you want to check there. So in my case, I put there the keyword Jesus. So next, please. So it would give you this is the interface for the Google Trends. You could change the location like Philippines, and you could also change. I put this past 12 months, so in 1 year. You could also change that to monthly, and you could change the categories in the web search. So you could explore this. So over time, so right now sa January 9 to 15, 2022, there were 28 people who searched for Jesus online. See? There are people searching for Jesus online. So if you could reach those 28 people, know how amazing. Next, please. So here are the data per sub-region. So as I said earlier, yung pinaka maraming nag-search sa term na Jesus in the Philippines is from Cordillera Administrative Region. And the next is Cagayan Valley and Eastern Visayas. So maybe you could it could be valuable for you if you want to reach out other people in the Philippines. No, you know where to target. Okay, so that means if you want to evangelize, you can evangelize people in Cordillera Administrative Region because there are more people there searching for Jesus online, okay, than any other any other place in the Philippines. So next, please. So then lastly, in sa Google Trends, you can also see their related topics sa search mo. So the breakout topics, that means the search there increased to 5,000% already. So this is a very good topic that you can use. For example, if I'm creating content, the breakout topic is "Thank you, Jesus, for the blood." So I'll use that as a topic to create an article. But sometimes, kung medyo malayo talaga siya sa topic mo, you can find other related topics here. Like, for example, tingnan niyo yung mga breakout searches. Jesus X Satan, R34. I don't even know what that means. Again, sa Philippines na search, Filipinos are searching more on lyrics ng songs. If mahilig talaga sa mga kanta yung mga Filipinos, no? I know, mga singing voice ng mga Filipinos talaga. So masking mga Christian na related na topics, prevalent talaga yung nagse-search ng mga songs, lyrics. So next, please. So I usually use those topics to create I usually use those terms to create topics for my content. So because if you choose breakout terms, most probably yung content mo will also get a lot of traction. So another website that I use is Answer the Public. It's also a really great website. So this is the main homepage, and I also just put Jesus there as a sample. So search. So Answer the Public will give you content topics to probable content topics based on questions like, di ba mauso ngayon yung mga articles like with the titles, for example, what is content marketing? So when you input a keyword there, it will also generate headlines, for example, or topics that you could use, and based on how many people are searching them. For example, here sa data na to, there are a lot of people searching for the following topic: are Jesus and John the Baptist cousins? So there are a lot of people who do not know that they're cousins. So there are also a lot of people who search what Jesus said, or why Jesus is Christ, and who Jesus is. So there are a lot of people searching that. So to interpret this data, the more green yung data, the more people are searching it. So next, please. So you can also check topics based on prepositions, like, for example, Jesus without religion, or Jesus to a child, and Jesus with a gun, mga ganong topics. Of course, you have to choose kung ano talaga yung what topics are relevant to your content and to your audience. Not necessarily na kahit maraming search yan that you have to use it. You have to package your content also para na maging relevant siya sa audience mo. So next, please. Okay. So those are just two of the websites that I use to create the topics for my content when I write. So another tip when you are creating a content strategy is you should also include valuable offers in all your content stages. So next, please. So understanding the buyer's journey in marketing. So na-discuss natin to kanina yung funnel, yung sales funnel. So we have the awareness stage, consideration stage, and decision stage. But it would be better if I give examples na lang. Sige, next na lang, Jot. So for example, I go to this is Vlad Sabchuk pala, pastor of Hungry Gen Church. I usually see his videos online. So one time I click from the video online, I clicked a link going to his website. So when you go to his website, you can immediately see that there's a subscribe button there. So if you put that's just one content that you can use actually to get the visitor to do something. So here it said, get exclusive updates and free downloadable content by becoming a part of our newsletter. So when I put in my email there and click subscribe, next, it will send me, it does not end there when I subscribe. Next, please. It will then send me an email, regular emails, because that's also how you get your users or people interested in you to do more actions that will benefit your website or service. So here, Vlad Savchuk sent me an email with the headline 7 Core New Age Beliefs. It's a reading, it's a blog post sa web blog nila. And if I scroll down, next please. Later on, if I scroll down, there's an option there about its fasting course. So since I'm interested, because right now our church declared a public fast, so I'm interested to learn more about fasting. So I click e-course, and then I'm redirected to the website again, and then it said I also click enroll for free. So if you can see yung pagkakasunod-sunod ng how they develop the content, so that in the end you will click this button, enroll for free, and then they'll get you to learn about their modules on fasting. So you can see kung paano nila in-attract yung audience na interest sa kanila to do this action. So that's just an example on how you could use offers in every step of the buyer's journey. So next po. So promote your content. As Jen said earlier, there are different platforms that you can promote your content in. So you can promote it in social media, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or you could make a website to showcase your content there. Next, please. So more to learn. So actually, yung content marketing, there are a lot of aspects to it. This is just a 30-minute discussion and an introduction to content marketing. But if you are interested to learn more about content marketing, you could also learn about copywriting, SEO, content writing, how to effectively effectively market your content, and making a content marketing strategy. So if later on we'll have the opportunity to discuss these topics would be more like in-depth discussions na about content marketing. So before, next please, before I end my discussion, I'll leave to you this Bible verse. How beautiful upon the mountains are the feet of him who brings good news, who publishes peace, who brings good news of happiness, and who publishes salvation, who says to Zion, your God reigns. So this is a beautiful verse that reminds us na as Christians, we have to be bearers of good news, the good news that is Jesus Christ and his salvation. So hopefully we could use content marketing as a strategy to spread the gospel everywhere in the world. So thank you very much, everyone. And that ends my time.